Yeah.
They have the ear cover. I don't know if they'll do it.
So today's the 22nd. 22nd of Sivan, the 18th of June. And we're in chapter 3. And now, after we explained that the Maharal was against this idea that somehow you could play this paradoxical game with knowledge and say that Hashem is different than all the other types of knowledge. הנה אחר כל אלו הדברים אשר אמרו הדבר בטל ומבוטל. וזהו כי השכל הוא מיוחד בדבר, כמו שאתה אומר, כי עניין השכל הוא ידיעת הדבר כמו שהוא, ואין אל השם יתברך גדר כלל שיוגדר. But after all these considerations, and you say, can there be such a mind where there's no division between the knower and the known and the power of knowledge? In the end, that's not the real critique. The real critique is that how can you say about the Atzmus, about Hashem himself, Hashem in himself, that he is sechel, that he is mind? By doing so, you've limited him. You've made him into one thing and not something else. Right? That's a big issue. And there's, I can't not address it from time to time because it's still causing waves. Manis Friedman, he is very big on relationships. And he wants us to have a relationship with Hashem. So he says, for us to be able to have a relationship with Hashem, we have to know that He wants us. But he says, to want is not enough. It's not just want, it has to be need. Why it has to be an existential need, I don't know. But he feels that if it's not need, it's not good enough. It's not enough to say Hashem wants the world. He says he has to need it. Otherwise, it's not a real relationship. I don't know. I think that if you're not dependent on something, need implies dependence. If you don't need it, choice is much greater than dependence, in my opinion. But maybe he feels differently. I don't know why, but he feels differently. But I think that when I chose my wife, I didn't need her yet. I chose her out of free will. After time, I developed dependence, maybe. Okay. That's okay. It's natural.
We need to become close to. We need Hashem to become close to.
He said the opposite way. God needs.
I know. He's saying that God needs us, not that we need Him.
That's where I don't get the...
Right. And I think that most people are perfectly content with saying that Hashem wants us. That He chose. He just wants. It's enough. I don't know. In any case, even to say Hashem wants the relationship, you can't say about Atzmus.
You can't say about what?
About the Atzmus, about Hashem in and of Himself. Because then you're limiting Him. You're saying he must. That's why
you have to be talking about an attribute. Is that what you're saying?
Right. The moment you talk about any kind of attribute, Hashem needs a relationship. He wants a relationship. He is a relationship. He's heart. He's mind.
That's attribute.
All those things are attributes. Those are what we call the predicates.
Yeah. Right.
And you can't say that about Hashem in and of Himself.
Right.
So he says, but then it leaves me with this lack of relationship with Hashem in and of Himself. Okay, if that's your issue, then the answer is very simple. There's nothing outside of Hashem.
So
you're in the same boat. that, in my opinion, is the simplest thing. Does it suffice for somebody who's very heartfelt? I don't know. Maybe it's not enough for them, for some reason.
Two levels of inclusion.
Right. These are different, though.
Does he specify?
Anyway, no, he won't get into it. He calls it. There's this video that went up now with one of my friends. His name is David Markel, and he tries. Unfortunately, he doesn't present it as clearly as it should be presented. He was very, I think. He felt overbearing from Manis because he's 75 or whatever, and David is like in his 40s. He's a big Talmud Chacham. He knows a lot, and he brought a lot of the sources where the Rebbeim have discussed this already. It's not like some new issue that's come up. We've never heard of it. It's been discussed. It's been, and they consistently say what he says here, that when it comes to the etzem itself, when it comes to Hashem in and of himself, there are no predicates. So you can't use these want, need, all these things fall apart. They don't hold there. So that's what he's saying. You can't say that he is one with something, because there's something. That he is specifically this. He's mind. In this case, what the Rambam is saying is he's mind. So again, this is all the Maharal saying this. And so it is foolish, he says, to say that he is mind. You can't say that he's something specific. Aval anu omrim, says the Maharal, we say שעצמותו הוויה פשוטה, לא יוגדר במה, that he is simple being. Simple meaning there is no way to define it. It's just being. That's why we use, out of Yud Kei Vav Kei, which is Hashem's essential name, the Tetragrammaton, we use the Tzeruf of the month of Av, which is Hei Vav Yud Hei. Why do we use that permutation? Because it means Havaya, it means being. So we call him Havaya. And Havaya is okay to say, that we say. But why? Because it reminds us that really Hashem is being. ואין עניין זה שכל, ואין אנו יודעים הווייתו ומהותו. And it is not mind, nor do we know its essence or how it exists. ואולי יאמרו, אם אין עצמותו שכל וגשם, חס וחלילה לומר עליו, אם כן, מהו יתברך? So if somebody says to you, but okay, so he's not mind, meaning he's not spiritual, he's not physical, so what is he? נשוב להם, וכי הנשמה שבגוף האדם יוכל לעמוד על אמיתתה. And so we say, we answer to them exactly what we discussed here before. Again, this is the Maharal saying this, so this is just a repetition. And the Maharal says, so do you know the essence of the soul? Do you know what the existence of the soul is? You don't know these things either, and it's much closer to you. So since when does that trouble you? Since when is this such a big deal? כל שכן וכל שכן בורא הכל שאין לשאול עליו קושייה. So much, all the more so, that you can't say about the Creator, question him, what is he? Zot ki lo yirani adam v'chai, because as it says in Exodus 33:20, man cannot see me. See me here is not physical, but cannot understand my essence and be alive. בכל הדברים תוכל ללמוד משמותיו הקדושים, כי שם העצם בא בלשון הוויה, ללמוד, ללמד, כי זהו עצמותו. אבל שכל אין זה הוויה בלבד, ותבין אלו הדברים מאוד עד כאן השונו. So, all these things that you want to learn about God, in the end you learn about His manifestation through His actions, which is through His names. But if you want to go back to what His essence is, all we can say is He exists. That's all we know. And that's given. So why do you want to go any further than that? That's all you have. And when it comes to the soul, so somebody would say, again, going back to relationships. So, do I say to my wife, really, which one is greater for me? I don't know. Which one is greater for you? That she needs me or that she wants me? I don't think that needing is better than wanting. I think that wanting is better. Because wanting means she's a free agent. She decides she wants me for who I am. Need me is like I need you because I'm dependent on you.
Right.
I have an interest in you.
Right.
I have self-interest. So I think wanting has always been higher, much higher on the scale. Again, it could be that someone is so emotional that for them somehow needing is more than that. I don't know. I can't fully wrap my heart around it. My brain certainly I can't, but I can't even understand it fully in terms of Ve'amar Od said, so that was from the Maharal. And he said further, שלכן קראו רז"ל הקדוש ברוך הוא, ולא נקרא שכל ברוך הוא. That's why we call him the Holy One, may he be blessed, and not the mind, may he be blessed. We go to call him the mind. We say HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the one who's holy. Why? כי אמיתת עצמו לא נודע, רק שהוא נבדל מכל גשם וגוף. Because holy means something that is distinct, separate, that cannot be known. Something that is nivdal. It's outside of our realm. It's not physical and it's not spiritual. ומכל הנמצאים, it's not the same as any of the other things that we know. ועל זה נאמר, קדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא עניין קדוש. נאמר על מישהו נבדל, כי הוא יתברך פשוט בתכלית הפשיטות. Because he is simple in every way. What we mean by simple, he doesn't have predicates. Continue tomorrow, בעזרת השם.